Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Zach, and you are listening to the Attraction Game Podcast. In today's audio newsletter, I want to talk about the no contact rule. Chances are such that if you're listening to this video, you've just been through a breakup, or you've been rejected, and you've done a quick Google search, or you've been on YouTube and you've discovered something called the no contact rule. Typically, when people are rejected or dumped, they react quite desperately and emotionally. The problem is when you enter this fight or flight sort of response, your logical and rational capabilities are hindered, and instead you are operating from a purely emotional and survival stance. When you do this, you're not really thinking about things like respect, dignity, and character. Instead, you're thinking about how to solve this problem and get out of this situation that has caused immense distress within you. But what happens is when you start to chase after someone, or you start to beg, plead, cry, and constantly pursue them, it has an adverse effect on that person. Rather than convincing them to give you another chance or to reconsider their position, you actually validate it. And the reason why you validate that decision is because someone of a high value would never chase or pursue or sacrifice their dignity and self-respect for another. Now, why this is important is because dignity, self-respect, confidence, value, high value and charm, all of these things are all associated with attraction. They are the qualities that stimulate desire within another person. So when you sacrifice all of these things to try and win back someone, you actually drive them further away from you. And what I've noticed is that people who are desperate often do and say things that are out of character, and they end up looking quite poorly when you really examine their behavior during this period. Now, I understand that it's quite difficult to navigate yourself during an emotionally troubling time, especially after a breakup. I would never minimize the effects of a breakup. I've been through many. I understand the kind of pain that you're in, and I know that there's a voice in your mind that is telling you, okay, you need to walk away, whilst there's another voice that's telling you, oh my God, I need to go after this person, I need to chase after them, I need to get them back so I'll be okay. That's not going to work out for you. In fact, it's going to do more damage to you than it will to the relationship or to the other person. This is where the no contact rule comes into play, because it prohibits you from contacting your ex at all and by any means. This means that you should not and cannot call them, text them, interact with them on social media, visit them, write a letter to them. Any form of communication is forbidden, and it's forbidden in a way out of choice. You can if you want to, but the point is that you shouldn't. It's not for you. It's not going to benefit you. It's not going to actually get them back by constantly chasing them. So no contact is more for you than it is for getting someone back. But this is an incomplete picture of the no contact rule, because originally the no contact rule was designed to help people move on. From what I've examined and observed, the more you invest in someone, the harder it is to let go of them. To let go means to detach from the idea of having them in your life, of doing things to nurture a new relationship or to get them back. To let go of the dream that you have of them in your mind. This is difficult to accomplish if you are chasing after them, you are staying in contact, you are reminded of this person and what has been lost and what could have been. I mean, this is why moving on from a breakup is so painful, right? You have to let go of the person that you had in your life, the relationship that you had, the relationship that you could have had, and the life that you could have had with this person. That's painful. It hurts. But you can't do it for as long as that person still stays an entity in your life. You can't do that if you continuously invest in trying to get them back, or using no contact to wait on them. What you're doing is just postponing the pain for later. You're just putting yourself through another breakup 30 days from now, or 60 days from now, or 90 days from now. So the real and the accurate form of no contact is to use it indefinitely. It is to actually walk away from the person and the relationship and what could have been, and choose to be single. During this time, you are meant to actually use no contact to let go of those emotions, to detach from the person and those feelings, to allow yourself to grieve the pain of losing someone you love and the dream of a life that you could have had, and to use all of this love that you have on yourself and onto those around you. It's a time for self-care, for compassion, for empathy, for kindness towards yourself. Not towards your ex who left you, not towards the girl or the guy who rejected you, but to yourself. And that's difficult to do because right now, internally, you feel like you need to get them back to validate your self-worth and your value. But that's incorrect. That's untrue. It's a fallacy. So when using no contact, you have to actually approach it as something permanent. Now, this doesn't mean you have to close the doors of a potential reconciliation. It doesn't mean that. But it means you have to walk away. And in walking away, you have to do so in a manner that facilitates healing and growth rather than resentment and bitterness. So when you're leaving and you're initiating no contact, it's okay to let the other party know that you are choosing to walk away, that it's going to be difficult, that you hate that you have to, but you understand that it's the best thing for the two of you. However, you would love to get to know them again if they change their mind, and to contact you if anything changes, but that you are not interested in a friendship or to stick around in something that isn't going to serve you or that person. At that point, the only thing that's left for you to do is walk away and focus on yourself. It's gonna hurt. For the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, you are going to doubt yourself. You're going to be hit with uncertainty, anxiety, depression, pain, loneliness, all of that nasty emotions. But you have to allow yourself to feel those things to get through it. The best form of healing is the type that addresses the emotions you are feeling rather than escaping it, suppressing it, or ignoring it. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed or at least found some comfort in this video on the no contact rule. I promise you that no contact can be a streamlined way of moving on from someone. Because one of the hardest things to do is to walk away. And by embracing it willingly, you are speeding up the time it takes for you to actually break that attachment from that person and the relationship and the dream you had in your mind and to move on. The faster you allow yourself to do this, the quicker you will start to move on and heal. And in fact, maybe the quicker it is for your ex or the person who rejected you to realize that they made a mistake and that, hey, you know what? Let me contact this guy or this girl again because I didn't expect them to walk away. It's a power move. That's something you should remember before leaving this video. The no contact rule is a power move. I'm willing to bet that the person who has rejected you assumes that you're going to chase, you're going to plead, you're going to beg, you're going to be desperate. And the fact that you aren't doing that, the fact that you are prioritizing your own self-worth, dignity, and respect is going to instill a newfound version of respect in that person. This gives you a fair chance of actually re-attracting them. I just want to emphasize, do not use no contact only to get someone back. Approach it from the perspective of trying to actually move on while leaving the door open and maintaining your self-dignity, your self-respect, and your values. With that being said, if you have any questions or thoughts that you would like to share with me on this topic, please do so by leaving a comment down below. If you'd like for me to do a video on a specific topic, also leave a comment down below and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Take care of yourself during this time. Be patient with yourself, and I promise you in time, you will be better than okay. You're going to be happy again. You're going to feel content again, and you are going to attract someone who is worthy of your time, your effort, your love, and your energy. I'll catch you in a future video. Cheers.